You got so much depth at both the quarterback position and running back position. Does that change the thought process at all of what you might do offensively?
Well, the running back position, it made me add a couple more magnets on the board. It's a long list that goes down, but a quality list without a doubt. If you just start with the running back position, I'm a firm believer in you've got to have at least 3 quality running backs to have a solid running game the way we want to be able to run the ball and play with toughness, and we should have that, and potentially then some. So it doesn't really change what we're going to do. I think how the kids handle it is always an important part of that process, and the quarterback position is really no different. You know, there's a lot to be talked about at the quarterback position. We're anxious to get started just like the kids are, so we can get that defined and get ourselves in a position, you know, moving forward as quickly as we possibly can. But there's kids that have played in big-time games. They've played in this league. You know, Jake obviously hasn't played in this league, but he's played in big-time games, so it's a great starting point. We just got to keep him healthy and get the guys around him to make plays for him.
Back to the backs, Thomas Tyner obviously has a lot of experience. What's it like adding that guy into the fold now?
It's great having Thomas here. You know, he's just been an experienced young man. He's walked in here and he works, he understands, and there's so many things when a kid has been where he has been. He's been to the highest spot that you can get in college football, and then he's had some things that have knocked him down, and he's gone full circle. So he carries himself like a professional student athlete. He's excited about this opportunity. I think his agenda is to help the team and be a good football player. He has definitely earned the respect of his teammates in a short period of time, and you know, it's fun to listen and see those backs. They're going to compete and go back and forth. They all want the ball. They all want to get 30 carries a game. I understand that, but I think their competition between them is going to be really fun to watch as we go through camp.
Given the layoff that he's had, will you know until going into fall camp how much you'll be able to get from Tyner this year?
Oh, we'll be, you know, he's handled the conditioning workouts very well. You know, he hasn't had any setbacks there. So there was we went a little slow at the beginning, obviously, and I think he had a little fishing extra weight on him, I guess, not running extra weight and having fun, the things that he loves to do. But he's trimmed himself down and got himself in a good position to be able to start camp at an in-shape young man. So we'll know very, very early. Those 2 kids are going to get thrown right into the backfield. You know, we know what Nall can do, we know what AP can do, and those new running backs, there's, you know, 4 of those kids are going to be walking in there, have some opportunities to get in there right away and play with the first offensive lineman and the second offensive lineman. It's not really fair if we put them in there with the third offensive line against the first defense. So we've got to look at them against real guys, and that's what we'll do early.
How surprised were you to get that call?
About Thomas? Excited. I was surprised. I didn't really see anything coming. You know, there was talk about it here, talk about it there, and then you go through the whole situation of can it work out, is it going to work out, how's the medical going to go. It's going to be very, very interesting to see if he potentially has this year and then potentially one more. We'll see how it all goes through time, but any time that you can add an experienced, tough-minded young man that's succeeded at a very high level, the experience that he brings to a football team is a positive. And like I said earlier, in my mind and in my heart, it's a really cool story to give a kid an opportunity to come back and play and compete, and he's doing it because he wants to, and he can end it on his terms, which is pretty special.